Dun, dun, dun. Hey, internet friend, how are you? Good morning. It's Monday, I believe. I get them mixed up sometimes, and I don't really check all the time, but it is Monday Fun Day. Monday morning, my wife Monica Kenton is going to be doing a talk at 10 a.m., so I'm doing this early, not to interrupt her thing, because it's going to be via the internet and don't want to take up all the bandwidth and stuff. So, you have your coffee today. I got my little Minnesota loon. It looks like a duck. And the coffee says, pick yourself. So, the topic that I posted in here is you can, what was it? You can be vulnerable, but don't be pathetic. And the reason that came up because I was listening to Simon Sinek. I don't know if you've ever heard of Simon Sinek before, but he's got a book, Start With Why or Begin With Why or something like that. But it's about going from a mindset of why. Why are you doing what you're doing? And that, my thing is about lifestyle. So it's why are you doing the business you're doing? Why are you doing the job you're doing? Why are you in a sport? Why do you drink alcohol? I'm not a non-drinker, so why do you smoke? It's why you're doing things. And he talked about how Apple does their thing. They don't sell just a regular computer. They actually have a community, and that's what they're looking to do, is build a community of followers. If you know anybody that uses Apple products, they're very loyal. And so are the PC type folks, but the Apple people are more of a culture. I was going to say cult, but that puts a bad thought into people's heads. They think that cult is bad, but it's just a word. Don't be afraid. So the talk, the title about being vulnerable but not pathetic is sometimes you see some of these people that are on the side of the road. Some of them need some help because they're down on their luck, but some of them are just pathetic. I mean, it's unfortunate that they are in the situation they're in. Oftentimes it's mental illness. Sometimes it may be actually mindset. They can't get out of the box that they're in, that's the way they do it. Someone that is on welfare possibly, they might it's the easy way out, so that's what they do, because things take the path of least resistance, like electricity or water, like my little fountain. It takes the path of least resistance. And people do that too. So going back to the be vulnerable but not pathetic. People don't want to follow people that are pathetic. They want to help them, but they don't want to follow them. They don't want to lock arms with them, and they usually want to help them. So by being vulnerable, if you've got a business that you're trying to run, people talk about being a leader. Like in some of the multi-level marketing businesses, they say you got to be a leader and then people will follow you. Well, sometimes you need to be vulnerable. You need to know that, I'm not way up here on this pedestal. I know you want to follow me. I think that's short-sighted when a person ends up being a leader and then just wants a bunch of followers to follow them. I'm trying to think of some other examples. I can't think of any examples. But the idea of being vulnerable, people want to help you. So I was listening to, like I said, how this all got started. Simon Sinek. He did an interview, and he talked about a kid that had cerebral palsy that wanted to be on the track team. Now, he can be on the track team, but, with those handicaps and limitations and things, physical limitations, he never wins. But he still just did it. And what ended up happening is all the other able-bodied kids would run their race, but then because they wanted to help this person that was less capable, they would go and they'd run again and they'd run with him. So by him being handicapped, if you want to call it that, or incapable of certain things, he attracted other people that wanted to help. So if you have a business, a company, or maybe a job, and you've got a position that you want to escalate to, it's not about conquering the other person. It's about collaborating, that I've been saying for years. It's about collaboration and working together with people. Anybody on here yet? No, nobody's on here. It must be too early. Too early for people. They're probably in their cars driving to work, or if they're self-employed, they're probably sleeping in because there's a big, the football game. They're all got hangovers. That's what it is. There was a football. I don't watch sports much because of the competition thing. I'm not a big advocate of it. Anyways, back to what I was talking about. What was I talking about? Oh, look, I just saw one drop. Somebody just dropped off. They were on here and they just dropped off. Probably offended them. They might be a Packer fan. I don't know who won. Who won? The losers. Maybe that person was a loser, so they decided to leave. I'm just kidding. Don't be offended. So, be vulnerable, but not pathetic. So, stand up, keep your chin up, do what you got to do, clean up, shave, comb your hair, and be a little more respectful of yourself and your body as a temple. And that's all I really got to say this morning. So, peace, love, and happiness. This is Magic Brad signing off. If you want to know more about me, just go to followmagicbrad.com. You can find the different social media I'm on. I'm starting to use a lot of these different platforms, and the reason is some people said take one platform and master it. I think you got to master all of them these days. So a little sidebar before I leave. I wanted to talk a little bit about what the power of social media. That incident that happened in New York, I was on Periscope, and we the people, were covering that incident way ahead of the traditional CNN, Fox type media. It was pretty interesting. There was all sorts of people popping up and covering the actual incident. It wasn't edited and all that stuff and the dramatization. There were actually real people that were covering it via their phones, via Periscope. Pretty fascinating. So we the people have some power with this social media thing as long as the government doesn't take it away from us. Okay, once again, peace, love, and happiness. Enjoy the rest of your day. MagicBrad.com, mysynergycafe.com, synergycollaborative.com. Enjoy the day. We'll talk later. Maybe I'll do another one later on today. Be well.